Whoa. Alright, he's fucking ripping me. Hold up. Just quickly heal ourselves up. This is why you play a warlock, by the way. I'm assuming this is supposed to be the cinematic. Or am I gonna DC now?
Come on! Is this the best you can do? Whew.
Shit.
Now it's getting interesting.
Oh, shit!
Your power has grown.
Where is she?
With him, of course. In the darkest place. Along with every soul burned to ash in your precious tree.
Where is she?
Go on. Kill me. You'll send me right to my lady. Beyond the veil, she shattered. Oh, Tyrande. High priestess, night warrior. Completely powerless to stop the count.
Alright, well that confirms it, right?
For Teldrassil.
Okay, wait a second. What the fuck? I'm back in combat? I want to talk about this now. I don't want to be in combat. Let me out of combat. Well, that's a quick respawn time. Alright. We're probably going to watch this again, just by the way. Fucking connections and not Xavier's. Give me angry Tyrande. Something very interesting just transpired in all of that, by the way. First of all, fucking amazing cinematic. But there's a couple of interesting things here. Hold up. Let's just quickly do this. I wanna... Here we go. Alright. This is what I wanted to show you guys. Alright, so there's a couple of things that we absolutely have to talk about here. We'll go through this again.
Come on! Is this the best you can do?
Now, before we continue, something that you should know, for those of you who did not read Shadows Rising, this is sort of very, very fucking important, right? At the end of Shadows Rising, Sylvanas effectively sends him away. She almost turns her back on him. She wants nothing to do with him. She's fucking back into the mall, right? That's where she wants to live now. She really doesn't care whatever Nathanos wants to do. He needs to make amends for failing her. That's where it sort of ends. The whole story sort of ends there. And Nathanos leaves. He goes, obviously, back to his house. And this is where we find him now, right? We find him, and you can hear him taunting us. Now, it's going to be... It's even more interesting towards the end of this, just how little he gives a shit. So this was always seemingly the plan. I also have to point out how this is not a surprise for Nathanos. He's not surprised. that Tyrande is coming. He's not surprised. So he knew about her power, first and foremost. So he knew what the Night Warrior's power is. Because at least that's the idea I got from watching the cinematic. He knew what it was. He knew how it works. This means that there may have been more conversations. Because there's only one person on the entirety of Azeroth that would know exactly what these powers are. That's Azshara. Outside of Azshara, there's not many people that would know. Azshara is well aware. Alright, so, well, Xavius maybe, but there wasn't a lot of conversations between Xavius and Nathanos, or Xavius and Sylvanas. Rin the Mage, we just know that Azshara clearly knows something about that ritual, because it is Azshara that sort of tells us that the ritual Tyrande did is a forbidden ritual, right? It is a forbidden ritual. Alright, so I have to say, fuck that arrow. Like, that is a big boy arrow. Just FYI.
Now it's getting interesting.
I can't help but think that he knew he was going to lose. I can't help but think that he knew that he can't fight this. He can't actually do this. He just needs to put up enough of a fight. And he needs to taunt her enough. You can see it also when he's on his knee. When he's on his knees, he keeps taunting her. Why? Because he actually wants to die. This is my second watch because I've watched it when I just did the kill. But this is my first watch. I didn't watch it yesterday. When we could watch it, I didn't watch it yesterday. So this is a fresh watch, freshly going through it. I wanted to watch it live with the rest of you. Alright, so I love the way Blizzard set this up, right? With Tyrande walking in from the darkness, the Night Warrior. The fact that she has control of the moon should tell you just how powerful she is. Right now, I have to say, I am a little bit worried. Because I don't know how you beat this. How do you kill the Night Warrior when she clearly has too much power, right? That's very clear. She is way too powerful at the moment. There's clearly a bit of a throwback to the Saurfang fight, right? It's very clear that Blizzard is sort of putting this as the same thing. That throwback to the Saurfang fight. Only in this instance, the powerful one is seemingly on the side of good. Now, there's a couple of things to point out here. Steve the Newser himself, in a very recent interview, sort of said, don't trust anything you see in the Shadowlands, right? Don't trust anything you see in the Shadowlands. The Shadowlands is effectively opposite world. The things that you think is good might not be as good, and the things that you think is bad might not be as bad. So there's a very real chance that this is part of what Blizzard is showcasing here, and this is why you get that throwback. If you think about it, it's very loosely based on the same fight that was with Saurfang. I thought there were parallels between Varen's fall when he was stabbed and Thanos' fall when he was sliced in the abs. I mean, throwback maybe, but this is definitely, I feel more like a Saurfang thing here. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Chat, what do you think? Do you guys not see or not get this idea of the Saurfang fight, or this feeling at least of the Saurfang fight? Like you said, it is a clear throwback to Saurfang versus Sylvanas. Yeah. Again with the taunting, laughing, taunting her, consistently baiting her to kill him.
Your power has grown.
Alright, so I want to make one point here. I made a video, when was this, 2 months ago, 3 months ago almost, where I said, the power of the Night Warrior keeps growing until it kills you, right? So the longer you have that power, the more powerful you become, but also the closer you are to death. And I do believe that's correct. Your power has grown. Tyrande has not been doing anything, by the way. She's not been delving deeper into the power of the Night Warrior. She's not been practicing or training. We know this because in Shadows Rising, when Thrall goes to Tyrande, he finds her sitting next to Malfurion, silent, doesn't speak at all. So she's not been sort of Bruce Leeing her fucking way through, she's not been Bruce Leeing her way through the last few months, waiting for this moment. Her power is just automatically growing. Okay, there's an inconsistency. When we are close up on Tyrande, her ears are short, but here her ears are long. What the fuck? I mean, it might just be... I wouldn't put too much into it, but I do see what you mean there. You can see that at the bottom there. The ears are far shorter close up. That might just be to sort of not look weird, because I think close up, if she had ears that was sort of off the screen, that would just look silly.
Where is she?
With him, of course. In the darkest place. Along with every soul burned to ash in your precious tree.
Taunting again. He knows that he's about to die, right? But it's almost as if he wants to make certain of it. Right? The last thing he wants is for her to go take him away and sort of capture him. Right? He doesn't want to be captured. He wants to be sent to the Maw. It's interesting that he calls it the darkest place. We've heard this now a couple of times, that the Maw is this extremely ancient, very evil place. Nathanos himself obviously calls it the darkest place. With him, of course, the darkest place. Now, there's something interesting. Keep an eye on Tyrande. We'll talk about this in a second, but just pay close attention to Tyrande here.
Where is she?
Go on. Kill me. You'll send me right to my lady. Beyond the veil, she's shattered. Oh,
there's a hint of surprise. Not massive, but there does appear to be a hint of surprise. Just a sort of, well, surprise might not be the right word. Almost a... Fuck, well, I genuinely don't know which word to use here, but somewhere between surprise and almost helplessness, if that makes sense. That's the sort of feeling I get from this. If you look at this.
Send me right to my lady. Beyond the veil, she's shattered.
See her eyes opening, her eyes widening. It's almost as if she's taking note of this. There's a moment where something clicks or some kind of question is born within her mind.
Oh, Tyrande.
Also, the eyebrows that is sort of tightening up. Her entire face is showing some sort of surprise, some sort of helplessness in this moment, knowing that she can't actually kill him, she can't actually finish him off, right?
Oh, Tyrande. High Priestess, Night Warrior, completely powerless to stop the...
Anger. Apprehensiveness is actually a good word for it, Musa. I like the idea of it. Oh, Tyrande. Chaos Lance, I absolutely agree with you. As soon as he said, oh, Tyrande, I got these flashbacks to Tyrande, where are you? Tyrande from fucking Malfurion, right? That's the flashbacks that I got. And it does almost seem like he's adding this as a sort of taunt, right? He is taunting her. This entire thing is his arrogance. He just continues to be arrogant. He does not give a fuck, right? He literally does not care. But you can see the anger building in her. There is a clear anger, and I believe this was always his plan. He wanted her to kill him. So he is continuously taunting her. She looks amazing, just by the way. She looks troubled, but she does look amazing.
For Teldrassil.
Now that was interesting to me. Now everyone, I mean, this is it's based on emotion. It's based on how you perceive things, and everyone will probably have a different perception of this, and that's perfectly fine. My perception of this specifically is she almost says it under her breath, for Teldrassil. And what's interesting to me about that is it almost seems like an afterthought. It almost seems, Alex, how you doing, bro? I don't know. It feels like this is an afterthought. Like, this is not exactly her main purpose anymore. Yeah, it's a justification. Thank you very much, Apocalypse. That's exactly what it is. It's as if she became the Night Warrior to avenge Teldrassil. But now that she is the Night Warrior, Teldrassil is just sort of an excuse, right? She will do whatever she has to do for Teldrassil, but that almost feels like it's just an excuse. That's not actually why she's doing these things. And if I am correct about what the power of the Loon is, what the Night Warrior actually is, then that would make sense. That the Night Warrior doesn't give two fucks about Teldrassil. Like, none of this really matters. I just find this an extremely creepy and eerie way of doing it, right? This entire scene is set up to show darkness.
For Teldrassil.
And I can't help but wonder, I genuinely cannot help but wonder if the story of Tyrande is going to play out badly. For those of you that love Tyrande as a character, that feels that Tyrande should be sort of on the foreground, I can't help but wonder if I have this feeling that Tyrande's story may play out sadly. Like, there's going to be sadness. She's going to do something as the Night Warrior that is going to leave her broken. That's the idea that I get. I don't know if she will die. It's clear that Blizzard is setting up Tyrande as sort of a future mover and shaker, if you will, of the World of Warcraft storyline. She's definitely, I mean, there's a couple of characters right now that Blizzard is clearly building on top of, right? The Blizzard is clearly building on. We have Tyrande, we have Kalia, we have Lillian Voss, right? We have, for fuck's sake, Troll Bitch, what's her name again? Talanji. These are 4 characters, and then Jaina to some extent, but I think Jaina's story is also being wound down right now. But these are 4 characters that's clearly going to have a massive storyline in the future, right? Their stories is going to sort of create the future storylines for World of Warcraft. So Tyrande won't die, but there's almost definitely, she's gonna do something that I think is going to make her realize just what Elun's power actually is and why it's bad, right? But anyways, what did you guys think of the cinematic? I realize most of you have already watched it, but what did you think of this?